The role of a prosecutor in a big city is incredibly important. You take an oath of office to uphold and seek justice, to make the city safer, to speak out for those who have been victimized. I spent 21 years in the district attorney's office, prosecuting all types of crimes, trying to improve quality of life and abate public nuisances. Here's how the district attorney's office can make a real difference in people's lives: by being responsive and available to people's concerns. They need to be able to reach out to us as problem solvers. Philadelphia needs a district attorney who is not afraid of trying creative solutions. You have to be willing to step out on a limb and say, hey, let's look at things differently. Maybe instead of saying, look, we've got to put this person in jail, let's say, okay, what are some creative things we could do to make this person who has been charged with the crime a productive member of society? During high school and high school breaks, I would work in the candy store on Kensington Avenue, and you got to know all the neighbors there. Everybody knew my mom. She was known as Candy Lady. And I bought my prom dress on the Avenue, and it was a very, very special place. And when I came back from law school, when I graduated and began prosecuting cases for the district attorney's office, where you would try cases out in the districts, I remember going back to take a look at my parents' candy store and seeing what the neighborhood had become. But what gives me hope is there are people who still hang on, who still fight for that neighborhood, as people do all over the city. And that's why I want to focus on quality of life issues and public nuisances, because no matter how a neighborhood may suffer, there are residents there who care for it, who don't want to leave, who are invested in it, and will do all that they can to improve it. And those are the people that I would like to serve. I remember waiting. It was about December of 1992, waiting by the mailbox every day to see if I would get my letter of acceptance. And the day that it came, I opened it up, and there it was with the gold seal, on the return address, and it was signed by Lynn Abraham, offering me a position as an assistant district attorney beginning in September of 1993, and I was ecstatic. The hardest day was when I went out with internal affairs, when Sergeant Lisbinski was gunned down by 3 individuals who had attempted to rob a bank that was inside a supermarket. And one of the offenders was also fatally shot and killed. And just to be on that scene and seeing the door of Sergeant Lisbinski's vehicle open, to see where the trajectory came from, to see blood on the concrete, was one of the most difficult days, obviously, for the entire police department, but it really was one of my hardest days as a prosecutor. The current district attorney, Seth Williams, is currently under federal investigation for accepting $160,000 worth of gifts that he did not report, which he has since reported. But regardless, that actually shows absolute ethical weakness, a lack of integrity, and using the office to enrich yourself personally. When Seth Williams took his oath of office, he should have realized that he was working for the people of Philadelphia, not Seth Williams. So based on that and my need and my want to bring integrity and ethics back to the district attorney's office, that's why I decided to run as a Republican in the district attorney's office race. I needed a change, and I think the city needs a change as well. It has been 65 years of a Democratic city, and having a one-party city creates an absolute political imbalance. I understand that there is a great deal of mistrust in the African American community with regard to law enforcement. I believe that stop and frisk is inappropriate. It does not work, and it's not going to do anything towards healing this big gap of mistrust. I would like to strengthen relationships and trust between the African American community in Philadelphia with law enforcement, meaning the district attorney's office and the police department. With regards to people who there might be some question regarding their immigration status, I don't want that to prohibit people from reporting when they have been victimized by crime. What I would say to millennials is, come out and vote for me. It's important to be involved in the process. But if you have decided to come to Philadelphia and to live and to work, you should vote for me, because one of the things that I truly want to focus on are quality of life issues. there's a lot of reluctance maybe in the LGBT community to enter into the criminal justice system. Nobody wants to do that. And if there's fear of reporting, a crime to the police, there's also the issue of, am I going to be treated with respect, whether I'm transgender, whether I am gay, whether I'm a lesbian. Everybody needs to be treated with dignity and respect. My view is always local because I just focus on crimes. That is what I've done. That is my passion. That is what I know. As district attorney, I would make the office even more available to members of the public. The public needs to be able to reach out to the DA's office when they have issues and be able to speak to a human being who is responsive to their needs, whether they're a victim of a crime and they need victim witness services, or they're suffering from quality of life issues. They need to be heard. It's simple. It's customer service. I don't like to use the term in the context of the criminal justice system, but really that is what it is. They need to hear a voice and somebody who is responsive and is going to have a solution for them. I love Philadelphia. I want to become district attorney in Philadelphia because I love this city. Philadelphia is a city of neighborhoods. I spent 8 years as chief of the Public Nuisance Task Force going to neighborhoods all over the city, and I love so many of them that I encountered, and the folks that live in each neighborhood, they're the heroes. People who want to improve their neighborhoods, people who want the quality of their neighborhoods to stay put. It just means the world to me. And every neighborhood has its own flavor, its own attitude, and we're just so different, and that makes us who we are. But that is the similarity between all of us. We're all Philadelphians, and we all want to have a good quality of life. And, we're a tough group of people, and I would be honored and privileged to represent them and to continue to improve Philadelphia for everyone.